Code blue. Code blue. Sama blue. Where you there now? Where you
The country is in a disaster.
Emergency, emergency. Emergency. Ah, the country is in a disaster. Oh.
Who they rule this country?
I tell you, stop worshiping the politicians. They are all liars.
What are you talking about? Which politicians are liars?
All of them. Obi is a liar. Tinubu is corrupt. Atiku is very willing too. All of them, okay?
Don't argue with me. This is my show. Okay? This is my show. I don't know how anybody to defend my show. This is my show. This is my show, okay? You can get the heck out of this room. Abba, this is my show. Get the heck out of this room. I know how to. This is my duty.
I am saying it categorically. All of them are liars. All of them are thieves. Abba!
Code blue. Code blue. Sama blue. Where you there now? Where you
The country is in a disaster.
Emergency, emergency. Emergency. Ah, the country is in a disaster. Oh.
Who they rule this country?
I tell you, stop worshiping the politicians. They are all liars.
What are you talking about? Which politicians are liars?
All of them. Obi is a liar. Tinubu is corrupt. Atiku is very willing too. All of them, okay?
Don't argue with me. This is my show. Okay? This is my show. I don't know how anybody to defend my show. This is my show. This is my show, okay? You can get the heck out of this room. Abba, this is my show. Get the heck out of this room. I know how to. This is my duty.
I am saying it categorically. All of them are liars. All of them are thieves. Abba!
Code blue. Code blue. Sama blue. Where you there now? Where you
The country is in a disaster.
Emergency, emergency. Emergency. Ah, the country is in a disaster. Oh.
Who they rule this country?
I tell you, stop worshiping the politicians. They are all liars.
What are you talking about? Which politicians are liars?
All of them. Obi is a liar. Tinubu is corrupt. Atiku is very willing too. All of them, okay?
Don't argue with me. This is my show. Okay? This is my show. I don't know how anybody to defend my show. This is my show. This is my show, okay? You can get the heck out of this room. Abba, this is my show. Get the heck out of this room. I know how to. This is my duty.
I am saying it categorically. All of them are liars. All of them are thieves. Abba!
Code blue. Code blue. Sama blue. Where you there now? Where you
The country is in a disaster.
Emergency, emergency. Emergency. Ah, the country is in a disaster. Oh.
Who they rule this country?
I tell you, stop worshiping the politicians. They are all liars.
What are you talking about? Which politicians are liars?
All of them. Obi is a liar. Tinubu is corrupt. Atiku is very willing too. All of them, okay?
Don't argue with me. This is my show. Okay? This is my show. I don't know how anybody to defend my show. This is my show. This is my show, okay? You can get the heck out of this room. Abba, this is my show. Get the heck out of this room. I know how to. This is my duty.
I am saying it categorically. All of them are liars. All of them are thieves. Abba!
Code blue. Code blue. Sama blue. Where you there now? Where you
The country is in a disaster.
Emergency, emergency. Emergency. Ah, the country is in a disaster. Oh.
Who they rule this country?
tell you, stop worshiping the politicians. They are all liars.
What are you talking about? Which politicians are liars?
All of them. Obi is a liar. Tinubu is corrupt. Atiku is very willing too. All of them, okay?
Don't argue with me. This is my show. Okay? This is my show. I don't know how anybody to defend my show. This is my show. Okay? You can get the heck out of this room. Baba, this is my show. Get the heck out of this room. I know. This is my duty.
And I'm saying it categorically. All of them are liars. All of them are thieves. Abba!
Vote blue. Sama blue, where you there now? Where you
The country is in a disaster.
Emergency. The country is in a disaster.
Who they rule this country?
I tell you, stop worshiping the politicians. They are all liars.
What are you talking about? Which politicians are liars?
All of them. Obi is a liar. Tinubu is corrupt. Atiku is
Vote blue. Sama blue, where you there now? Where you
The country is in a disaster.
Emergency. The country is in a disaster.
Who they rule this country?
I tell you, stop worshiping the politicians. They are all liars.
What are you talking about? Which politicians are liars?
All of them. Obi is a liar. Tinubu is corrupt. Atiku is very willing too. All of them, okay?
Don't argue with me. This is my show. Okay? This is my show. I don't know how anybody to defend my show. This is my show. Okay? You can get the heck out of this room. Baba, this is my show. Get the heck out of this room. I know. This is my duty.
And I'm saying it categorically. All of them are liars. All of them are thieves. Abba!
The country is in a disaster.
Who they rule this country?
I tell you, stop worshiping the politicians. They are all liars.
What are you talking about? Which politicians are liars?
All of them. Obi is a liar. Tinubu is corrupt. Atiku is very willing too. All of them, okay?
Don't argue with me. This is my show. Okay? This is my show. I don't know how anybody to defend my show. This is my show. Okay? You can get the heck out of this room. Baba, this is my show. Get the heck out of this room. I know. This is my duty.
And I'm saying it categorically. All of them are liars. All of them are thieves. Abba!
Vote blue. Sama blue, where you there now? Where you
The country is in a disaster.
Emergency. The country is in a disaster.
Who they rule this country?
I tell you, stop worshiping the politicians. They are all liars.
What are you talking about? Which politicians are liars?
All of them. Obi is a liar. Tinubu is corrupt. Atiku is very willing too. All of them, okay?
Don't argue with me. This is my show. Okay? This is my show. I don't know how anybody to defend my show. This is my show. Okay? You can get the heck out of this room. Baba, this is my show. Get the heck out of this room.
Vote blue. Sama blue, where you there now? Where you
The country is in a disaster.
Emergency. The country is in a disaster.
Who they rule this country?
I tell you, stop worshiping the politicians. They are all liars.
What are you talking about? Which politicians are liars?
All of them. Obi is a liar. Tinubu is corrupt. All of them, okay?
Don't argue with me. This is my show. Okay? This is my show. I don't know how anybody to defend my show. This is my show. Okay? You can get the heck out of this room. Baba, this is my show. Get the heck out.
All of them are liars. And I'm saying it categorically. All of them are liars. All of them are thieves. Abba!
Clearly.
Vote blue. you
The country is in a disaster.
emergency, emergency, emergency. The country is in a disaster.
Who they rule this country?
I tell you, stop worshiping the politicians. They are all liars.
What are you talking about? Which politicians are liars?
All of them. Obi is a liar. Tinubu is corrupt. Atiku is very wicked too. All of them. Okay.
Don't argue with me. This is my show. Okay, this is my show. I don't know how anybody to defend my show. This is my show. Okay, you can get the heck out of this room. This is my show. Get the heck out of this room. I know how to defeat my duty.
I am saying it categorically. All of them are liars. All of them are thieves.
Blue, gold blue, Saba blue. Where you there now? Where you
The country is in a disaster.
emergency, emergency. The country is in the disaster.
Who they rule this country?
I tell you, stop worshiping the politicians. They are all liars.
What are you talking about? Which politicians are liars?
All of them. Obi is a liar. Tinubu is corrupt. Atiku is very wicked too. All of them. Okay.
Don't argue with me. This is my show. Okay, this is my show. I don't know how anybody to defend my show. This is my show. Okay, you can get the heck out of this room. This is my show. Get the heck out of this room. I know how to defeat my duty.
I am saying it categorically. All of them are liars. All of them are thieves.
Gold blue, Saba blue. Where you there now? Where you
The country is in a disaster.
emergency. The country is in the disaster.
Who they rule this country?
I tell you, stop worshiping the politicians. They are all liars.
What are you talking about? Which politicians are liars?
All of them. Obi is a liar. Tinubu is corrupt. Atiku is very wicked too. All of them. Okay.
Don't argue with me. This is my show. Okay, this is my show. I don't know how anybody to defend my show. This is my show. Okay, you can get the heck out of this room. This is my show. Get the heck out of this room. I know how to defeat my duty.
I am saying it categorically. All of them are liars. All of them are thieves.
And you know very well that when you are organizing issue of protest, you need to sit down, have conversations, you have meetings, you plan for protest, right? So as of today, nobody has reached out to us that they want to protest. Nobody has asked for our collaboration. We don't even know those that want to protest. So how do you expect us to participate in a protest that we don't even know who is organizing it? We don't even have any idea whatsoever what is going to happen. So as an institution, you also know too that we have various organs that we run some of these things with. The leadership has never sat down one day on its own to call for strike or a protest. But instead, we call organ meetings to do these reviews. So the question is that who is protesting? So the same way you saw it in the media, the same way we are seeing it. So you just come out and, so it's something that we don't really know who is organizing, we don't really know who is protesting, but all we know is that the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is very clear on the issue of peaceful protest.
How you doing, my people? How's everything going for Nigeria? Now, the video you just watched, I played it yesterday, okay? Before I load onto that particular video, introducing Cold Blue. This is Sala Blue. So Cold Blue in Nigeria, people. Whether you like it or not, whether you did for protest or you not did for protest, but one thing is certain, we do understand there is trouble in Nigeria. You know what? It seems I need my red wine this morning, Anyway, how you not doing, my people? How's everybody doing in your corner? Whatever you're doing, just believe in yourself, and keep on catching in. All right. The guy you just listened to is the chairman of the TUC in Nigeria. Okay, so it really baffles me that up until now, the the so-called protest, or the revolution now, they are not doing anything significant to really show that they are getting ready to actually be taken serious. Okay, other than the fact that they are yelling at the top of their lungs, screaming all over the place. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, I think I'm fine. All right. Other than the fact that they're just, talking trash, here and there, no concrete organization is behind this particular protest. No concrete. I said no concrete organization because, I hear banters. I hear people bragging, showing how much they, can flex, especially someone like Omoyele Sowore. Let me share this briefly. This morning, he posted these on his social media. Let me share this quickly. And here we go. And that's it. All right. So the the show is called Morning Crossfire with Kofi Battles. Okay, I'm guessing this is one of the batters. So end bad governance protest. Okay, and then they're gonna have Omoyele Sowore on the show. Also, since he's going around on shows, so I took it upon myself to send him a message. Here you go with Salah Blue message to Sowore. So I'm guessing he's not going to respond anyway because to him I'm insignificant. But some of you who are his fans, Omoyele Showore's fans, send him this message, okay? Retweet this message to him. Let him come on my show and come and face real questions, okay? Real questions. Why I personally think this particular revolution now idea is nothing but a scam. The greatest 419 that has ever been perpetrated on Nigerians ever. Okay? Omoyele Sowore, I really want you to come and answer some questions for true Nigerians, okay, who are really concerned about the terrible situation in Nigeria, but just don't buy into the idea of you ganging up this revolution now. Come and explain some of these things to us. What is the pre-plan? What is the plan during the revolution? Because as far as I'm concerned now, you are not even talking about protest. You are talking about revolution. It's a different beast entirely. Revolution. Okay? You need to explain yourself, man. What is this about? What is this revolution about? Is this going to be bloody or bloodless? You need to come and explain to us. Okay? I want to have, people on ground, join whatever movement that is viable. But revolution now? What is this about? Now, the pre-plan, the plan during, how do you expect to carry these out without even getting a body like NLC or the TUC involved? These are the group that move mountain in Nigeria. So if you are not getting them involved, so who are these people who are involved in it? Now, I've had my contacts with most of the student union in different universities in Nigeria. They're not even involved. So what is going on here? Who are the people involved in these charades? And that is why I personally believe this is a scam. This is another scam for you to make so many memorabilia, sell memorabilia, sell these things to people and make money out of it and increase the level of your fame online and probably boost other elements that actually improved you as a human being, but never improve anybody following you. So, if you are watching this and you know Homoyele Shore and how you can reach him, send this to him because I want him to come and answer some questions. Okay? Come and answer some question from this bubblehead, Salah Blue. Okay? Let me throw you some real questions as I will be putting you on a hot seat here. Okay? You think you can face that? I challenge you, okay? Eh? Má fojú kọ́yọ́ mi kéré. Wá gba ìdánwò. Okay? Má bọ̀ kó wá gba ìdánwò. Let people understand what this is all about. Okay? Why I call this a scam? Why I call it 419 of the highest order that have been perpetrated on my people, Nigerians. You're taking Nigerians for a fool. And I don't really blame you because we leave ourselves open, completely exposed to be vulnerable, to be completely gullible to some fools online who can tell you whatever they want to tell you and then carry you along to do shitty things on their behalf. And that is why I said many of you are not actually fighting for your own dreams. You're fighting for someone else's dreams. This got to stop. People. So if you know this guy, okay, reach out to him because I'm pretty much, yeah, I'm going to tag him with this, but I know he's not going to rest. Okay. Mama, we're going to respond. Okay. You know, your opinion, mi láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ó ti mọ̀ pé ìjà ni, ìjà gidi. Okay. Tó bá pera any activist, the real luta continua. Come and face me. Okay. Because if you're going to if you're going to èmi kan dánwò. Àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ń bẹ̀ ní student union. Kí ló ní ní compound ẹ̀ tó lè sọ bí báyìí? Come here. Come and face these jam questions. Okay? Let your people really understand if this is a scam, 419 or not. Because as far as I'm concerned, the real body that can move mountain for a protest in Nigeria are not involved yet. So what is this about? This revolution now that you have been crying for the past 1 year, what is this about? I've had to explain this in many of my previous shows. To break it down, what revolution it really is, how dangerous it could be, and what revolution it should accomplish, and different historical events around the world called revolution, what it has actually led to. I gave you Cuba, Fidel Castro, and some in Russia, in Liberia, some in Africa, through revolution. But at the end of the day, what are the outcomes? So, what is this? This is a sham, a scam, a 419 of the highest order perpetrated on my innocent hearts in Nigeria, who are just unfortunate due to their being gullible and eat whatever shitty information these people give out online. It's so saddening because we are making things really terrible for some of us who have true agenda to fight against corrupt government. Because in your own case, Omoyele Sowore, I don't think you really care about fighting against corrupt government anymore. It's all about jembe jembe. It's about you. Now, there's an allegation against you in the party that you run with. That allegation that you swindle them and embezzle a lot of money. I haven't heard you once answering that allegation. Okay? I'm supposed to believe that, oh, you are for the people. Right? But you haven't said anything about that allegation. Nothing at all. You don't think people who truly support you want to hear from you? Or you really want Nigerians to be following you blindly? Isn't that the same thing they did with Peter Obi and that you are complaining about? I would never subscribe for any Nigerian to follow any politician blindly. I want the bats, those are the people following Tinubu, to be able to put his feet into the fire and demand from him. I want the obedient to do the same for Peter Obi, with Peter Obi. And I want people following you to challenge you. You guys need to know that your leaders, your primary leaders, are the first people to answer to you, even before the opposition does. If your leaders cannot answer to you, you are just being moronic, completely idiotic, following like sheep, like MAGA in America, following Trump blindly. Me. You know, imagine that scenario in my head. It's not playing well at all. It's not playing well because we are not zombies. We are Nigerian, for God's sake. People with pride that have confidence in what we do, in what we say, in what we believe in. I can't imagine anybody following anyone blindly without you being able to raise and ask questions. You must be able to ask questions from whomever you are following. They must be able to answer to you first, even before an opposition answer to you. You have a case in front of me. If you make people who lead you answer to you. Now, the idea here today is this. Okay? Because today, this is more or less like a recap of the whole show I had last week. Okay? This closing week, I've had to talk repeatedly about these protests, this day of rage thing that is being planned. Now, when you see the jackets, that is the title, you kind of wonder, why is he saying something like this? Is he tribal? Because there's quick, the quick excuse for you guys once you have no genuine, conversation. But I didn't say this. I didn't say this at all. This is what most Nigerians are saying now. So to give you a very good example, I'll give you Reno Omokri. Okay, he posed some questions. All right, and these are the questions. These are his questions, viable questions. Because at the end of the day, when I look at all the statistics, it's pointing exactly to some of the things he's saying here. Now, Reno Omokri says, according to the last multidimensional poverty index released by the National Bureau of Statistics, Ondo State and Lagos State have the lowest poverty rate in Nigeria. So why are they amazing the protest poverty and hardship in Lagos and not in Onitsha, Lafia, Abakaliki, Lokoja, and Aba, which have much worse poverty than Lagos? If the protest is about poverty and hardship, let them go to states with acute poverty to protest. Fire cannot be burning down house A, yet people who originate from that house gather their water to fight fire in house B. which is fireproof, stable, and prosperous. This is the photo of protested in Lagos the last time. Who knows what plans they have now? So this is during the NSAS. The picture in front of you. The picture you are seeing right now is during the NSAS. So Omokiri's argument is this. If the Bureau of Statistics came up with answers that shows that Lagos has the lowest rate of poverty in Nigeria, Ondo State has the lowest rate of poverty. You know what? I will show you some of this, okay? Because I took my time to find some of these records, right? And I will show you this. This is statista.com. As a matter of fact, this is a little bit older version of the statistics. But now you can see clearly, Enugu has about 58% poverty rate. Abia, 30%. Imo, 28.9%. And then let's take the top 8 states, about top 8 or top 10 states in Nigeria. Now you see Anambra still about 14%. And Ondo State, 12, Edo, 12, Oyo, 9, starting from Oyo State, it's all single digits. Oyo State, 9%, Ogun State, 9%, Osun State, 8%, Delta State, 6%, Lagos State, 4.5%. Now, what is the reason for any protest in Lagos State? Tell me, guys. I'm going to show it. I like to be focused a little bit in things that I support or do. With all these facts in front of you, give me one good reason why some people are planning to go burn Dangote refinery. Give me one good reason why some people are planning, as we speak, to destroy infrastructures in Lagos State or Abuja. Why? When obviously there are more states in the East in the poverty level that no one is addressing. And shockingly, the state governors in these 5 states in the East are getting billions in allocation. Just the same way they get billions from Buhari, they're getting billions every now and then from allocation from Tinubu. How many times have you guys actually rally around and ask them what they do with this money? You sing praises of Abia State Governor Alex Oti, right? Alex Oti hasn't paid workers for 6 months. For 6 good months. Ask if the federal government hasn't taken care of it. Yes, they have. The money has been actually allocated and paid to Abia State. But yet, he hasn't paid workers for 6 months. Oh yeah, he's one of the best governors in the country. According to you, obedience. And then every time the Lagos State governor introduces the rail line, the blue line, the red line, every time these things come out, you guys come out and criticize it. And make us believe, oh, it's shitty. We are celebrating mediocrity. Okay? But the last time I checked, on the street of Abia, people were literally celebrating the street lights. Street lights. Imagine if that happens in Lagos State. Look, my grievances is not tribal. It has nothing to do with who you are as a tribe in Nigeria. Please don't make it about that. As much as I love people who come from my area, I love the Igbo people. love the Hausa people. I am a Nigerian true and true. Simply because I've vested myself in traveling around Nigeria. Not just hear about places. I go there. I went to places just to see it, test it, feel it. Feel it. I put myself in people's shoe. So, but then there are some narratives going around that are really shitty, and I don't understand why. This is not coming from people from the East anyway, because I believe I've met a lot of Yoruba people who say the same thing. Okay? Trying to claim, simply because you support Peter Obi, trying to claim that Lagos State governor or Lagos State is completely shitty, that they are not doing anything. Who are you telling that to? Okay? As far as I'm concerned, Lagos is the pride of Nigeria, pride of West Africa, pride of Africa. Please make other states improve their status due to the amount of money they are getting from the federal government, the allocation they are getting every year. Let them step up so that we can look at them too as pride of Nigeria. I don't want a situation whereby Lagos is the only one shining. I want all other states to do the same, do the same. In America, New York is not the only state doing fine in New York. Go to California. Go to Texas. These states are doing as much better that any who can go anywhere in the United States and still do better. Why? It's competitive, guys. These states compete among each other to see who is going to top the list among the governors, who is doing really good. Because at the end of the day, when they want to vie for presidency, they come from all these states. So if your state is shitty, come on, you cannot vie to become the president in America. But it's a different story in Nigeria. And yet, it is sickening. It is sickening to hear some of these people telling us that we are celebrating mediocrity in Lagos State. Okay, fine. Do yourself a favor. Rise up and step up to that same mediocrity. Okay? Stop telling us that we celebrate mediocrity in Lagos State. You do the same. Step things up so we can actually celebrate the same mediocrity in your state. Because for all I care, I want Nigerian states to be able to compete, fair market of competition for everybody. If Lagos State is introducing red line rail, blue line rail, you go ahead and do the same. You go ahead and do the same. Then when you have that, then you can come back and argue with us for celebrating mediocrity in Lagos State. This really riled me up. It really get me mad. Okay? As much as, look, I am not giving you any sign to suggest that Tinubu government is satisfactory. Period. If there is any kind of peaceful protest, any kind of peaceful protest that really have a very viable stamp on it, well coordinated, organized, well targeted, with agendas that are friendly to the people, not selfish agendas, I'm all for it. Because when normal election will come out with an agenda and say, replacing the president of Nigeria, that is selfish agenda. It has nothing to do with me. Because as far as I'm concerned, there is a democratically elected government in Nigeria. Democratically elected president. You can call it whatever name you want to call it, but it was an election done in Nigeria all the way to the Supreme Court. You fought it and you failed. What else? You can keep delegitimizing this guy for all I care, but as far as I'm concerned, unless you vote him out tomorrow, today, he is the president of Nigeria. And by no other means can he be removed except in the electorate, through the voting system, through the polling system. Other than that, merely mentioning replacing the president of Nigeria in an agenda of this protest makes it nothing but selfish. Now, do you have something viable suggested to fix hunger in Nigeria? I'm all for it. Do you have something viable in the agenda of this protest to fix roads in Nigeria? I'm all for it. Do you have anything viable on this agenda of this protest that can actually improve healthcare in Nigeria? I'm all for it. Do you have anything on this agenda of this protest that can help regular people in Nigeria to get out of poverty? I'm all for it. But the idea that we should switch Nigerian president, that is your goal, not mine, not the people's goal. Your goal, on every other, every other lunatic on this day of rage plan. Day of rage? Revolution now? How is any of this peaceful protest plan? Because if you say peaceful protest, and then you call it day of rage, and then you also call it revolution now, somebody is cuckoo for cocoa pot. Somebody somewhere is cuckoo for cocoa pot. Really crazy. As in Babala Yaba left. Yaba left. You guys want it? Revolution now? Day of rage? Or peaceful protest? Which one? Shelley, sound Nigerians, man. I think we are supposed to be smarter than this. I think we're supposed to be the envy of the world, the envy of Africa. I can never see Nigerians planning anything shambolic like that just happened in Kenya. I'm smart, Jello, now. But then you guys more. We are bigger than that. We are a large country, very populous nation. To have anything successful in Nigeria must be solidly planned out, not some kind of charade that you guys are screaming around on social media, that can lead us to the same thing or worse that happened in Kenya. How many of those people who loses their life in Kenya have actually been respected after death? I'm watching a video last time, they more or less laughing at them in the House of Parliament in Kenya, in the House of Congress in Kenya. After these people have actually lost their life, protesting for hardship in their country. Do you know the reason why they do lose their life? They lose their life simply because the plan was horrible. The plan was terrible from the start. From the start. Yesterday here, I was calling on Peter Obi to be the face of this protest. To be the face of this protest. If you want it to be a peaceful protest, be the face of it. And be at the forefront of it. And some of you come on my page, leaving some naughty comments. As if I'm asking too much from him. Obedience. The Tinubu that you hate was not just face of protest, he was at the forefront of protest in Nigeria. How many? You want me to count? That Tinubu was actually in the forefront of it, leading it. So if your man is too coward to lead a protest, what's the point of you supporting him? What's the point? tí wọn bá bá yín sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ má bára yín sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ now come on kò pé yín kẹ́ máa ṣe bí mùràn báyìí now silly you know oh, guys it's just too silly you know no wonder you have teenagers leading most of your movements 19 18 17 kí làwọn yẹn mọ̀ kí ló mọ̀ kí ló mọ̀ kí ni wọ́n dá mọ̀ kí ló dá mọ̀ most of those kids know nothing yet because sit down in the universities and learn and probably join the student union and protest against the school staff and the school regime just like we did back then. I mean, if that's it, politics, at least listen to people who actually know how government works. I keep telling you guys, go back to your state and challenge your governors. These governors are taking billions every time. Go back to your state and challenge them. Call them to actions. Let them explain how they are spending your damn money. But no, you're not going to do that. You won't do that. Because the easy access is for you to rail against the federal government, forgetting that the federal government can only do as much. The federal allocation, let me explain this again, because I've used the whole week to explain. But when it young boys so I'm going to say it again. The federal government has as much as they can do. If the federal allocation is due, Bola Tinubu cannot hold it back. He will have to pay to the state governors. And ask me if Bola Tinubu can monitor how they spend the money. No! He has no right to ask any governor how they spend their money. They spend their money anyhow they like. And that is why, because you guys make it so easy for them, they steal it away. They steal the money. They didn't spend it on things that can be useful to you guys. But because you challenge your anger, you channel your anger towards the wrong place. And as soon as Tinubu is releasing that federal allocation, you are supposed to be following the bullion van all the way to your state and go and challenge your governors. How are you going to spend these ones, sir? Because we know how much you just collected. It's published now. It's published. It's not hidden. Everything they get paid for is published. None of it is hidden. But I've never seen a single one of you challenge your governors, ask questions. You make it easy for them, man. You make it easy for them. No wonder the East have the worst road in Nigeria. In Nigeria. This is not hearsay. I've been there. And nothing has changed since. Onitsha market, Ocha market should be one of the best in the world. I'm not even talking about Africa. I'm not talking about West Africa, let alone Nigeria. It should be one of the best marketplaces in the world. But what happened? What happened is the opposite, complete opposite of anything a market should be. After your leaders are busy cutting away your money, not using it for needed infrastructures, not using it to fix road, to build solid transportation system that can ease the smooth running of businesses so that people can move back and forth, east and west, north, south, without resignating themselves or actually getting themselves stuck in one region in Nigeria. You know, let me tell you another thing. Okay? Another thing why Lagos is prosperous. Because Èkó gbàlejò. Lagos entertain visitors and strangers. Èkó gbàlejò. And statistically, around the world, countries, cities, townships that entertain strangers often do best. They often do best, better than any other place. So those ones that are living in seclusion, secluding themselves, being afraid of inclusivity, those ones, I want to tell you, that the worst places as far as improvement, infrastructures, economy, and all the things that are viable to make a city popular. If you don't entertain strangers, you don't encourage people to come over and invest, there's no way you can improve. Period. Even got Kano is an improved city now because there's a lot of people there that are strangers. I live there now. I lived in Kano. Sabongeri, you know what Sabongeri is? Sabongeri is the town of the strangers. It's a city on its own. These people are billionaires investing in Kano State. So I guess the bottom line of what I'm saying is there are so many things that has to happen in other states in Nigeria that are not happening. But you guys are making it easy for them. You are making it easy for your leaders to cheat you. You are making it easy for your leader to steal your money. You are making it damn too easy. You are not asking the right question. You're not challenging them. All you want to do is rail about Bola Tinubu. Yeah, who cares? The guy is corrupt. But I'm telling you now, that outcry about Bola Tinubu will not help your area, will not help where you come from. And you see, surprisingly, your state governors and representatives and senators, you know what they're doing? They're laughing at you. They're laughing to the bank. Why they are laughing at you? Because they know now. They know you are not asking the right question and you are not attacking the right people. They are in the free air. Okay? Free air. I'm telling you, nobody is even watching them when they are taking your money to banks. I am not saying governors in the western part of Nigeria or in the northern part of Nigeria are not corrupt. I'm not saying that at all. But it's just that because how people pay now. Bó tó bá burú ju àwọn Yorùbá máa fún ẹ lépè tó bá kówó òṣì kan jẹ tí ò ní túmọ̀ wọ́n bá ní gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe nǹkan fáwọn èèyàn. People attack to be responsible. Okay? Now, I'm not saying the Yoruba people are doing enough. They have to do more in asking some of these their leaders to do more. Because you can't know what leaders dance around. Jojo around. You know who I'm talking about? Dance around. You want to go Bass Bulls, just do lady, only got him ball lemon, all I buy man. Joker killing, oh, Tuluche, go got over palliative. Waiting you do with palliative money. Everything I see is you dancing around. Even Arise TV is celebrating you for dancing. Okay, but they can. This Arise TV, these people, this Arise News TV. Oh my goodness. Have you guys actually forgotten what they all said when Akpabio was having a big birthday, celebrating his birthday? You remember what Arise News TV were saying about Akpabio? You will really wish, as a neutral media that they think they are, to say the same thing every time this other governor dance around. But rather than actually saying that, they enjoy the dance. You know, they want to be invited to the party. That is a neutral media that like to criticize the government. They like to criticize the government, but they like to be invited so that they can dance with one governor. They won't criticize him because they are from the same party. They are partisan. How many of their guests have actually told them to their face that they are partisan? They are partisan. Right? News is partisan. Man. Lagosians are celebrating mediocrity, for having a red line rail, having blue line rail. Yala ya jealous celebrate mediocrity. Come on, man. I saw in your group job. For Nigeria to be better, to be good, you guys have to put mouth in one spot and hammer things in the right manner. Stop making it about tribe all the time. If you are condemning Lagos State governor, fine. But you got to do the same thing to every state, every other state that are doing shitty right now. Already, look at this, okay? Many Nigerians are now turning their back on these so-called protests. Okay? They're now turning their back on it, saying it seems like a sham. It doesn't have any good plan. Okay? And this is always have been my point, that, look, I want to see us protest peacefully because Nigerians are going through stuff. All right? There is hunger in the nation, unlike it used to be. Even though, with all the facts in front of me, this is expected. You cannot remove the fuel subsidy and expect Nigeria to be rosy. There must be some hardship. Okay? And some of you will say, oh, it's because we are not well prepared for the removal of the subsidy. There should be a lot of palliative in place. There should be some, very good foundation before we remove fuel subsidy. Let me tell you one thing. This is moronic. There is no better day, better time, or best moment for removing that subsidy in Nigeria. It doesn't matter how ready you think Nigeria is. If that subsidy is removed, we will face the same hardship, sometimes even double, if you don't regulate things very well. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter when the subsidy was removed. It doesn't really matter if the subsidy is removed today or next year or anytime. It doesn't really matter if you turn Nigeria to America before the subsidy is removed. But as soon as the subsidy is gone, Nigeria will face the same hardship they're facing now. From two ends, I will explain. One, you expect cost of goods and services to go up, okay? Because now people will be buying fuel at a higher cost. Then secondly, the most important part, those greedy Nigerians who have been benefiting their pocket from these subsidies all these years. So you simply think they're going to just go back into their apartment or room or mansion and go retire and forget about making and stealing money in Nigeria? It's called redivest, okay? Our illegal business now man redivest. The illegal business too, then they redivest. If them block fuel subsidy, they no feature for that one again. Then go redivest that money to something else. Otoro. There are so many shady business going on in Nigeria that if you have money, you will make more money. All they have to do is redivest the money and make more money from it at your expense. At your expense, Nigerians. At your expense, poor people. Hey. And suddenly, automatically, you think removing subsidy is the wrong time for it. There's no right time for it, period. It doesn't matter what kind of preparedness. It doesn't matter what kind of readiness. Once you remove that shameful thing, it will lead Nigeria to the hardship we are experiencing now. Because it's as bad as it's explained to you every time. So if all of you is on board for removing the subsidy, don't come back and start telling me that it was removed abruptly or it was removed in the wrong time. There's no right time for removing that shameful subsidy idea. It doesn't matter how ready or prepared we are. Once it's gone, we will face hardship. So the hardship Nigeria is facing now, the only people who are shocked, okay, are often from those, surprisingly, from those who are not happy with the last election. Okay? What a coincidence. What a coincidence that people who hate the idea of subsidy removal suddenly are the same people who are not happy with the last election. Oh, shockingly. Oh, surprisingly. What a coincidence. And surprisingly, shockingly, that it is the same people who are disgruntled, who don't like the result of last election, that are planning this day of rage. Coincidence. Coincidence, my foot. Coincidence, my foot too. Shockingly, my foot too. Nigerians, man, come on. Look, man, I don't like being on your case, guys. I like to have us actually, reason like mature individuals. All right? Reason like mature people, who are responsible. But to be factual, to be really, really serious, this Omoyele show revolution now has to stop. Okay? That idea, that slogan, revolution now, is shitty, is nonsensical, is idiotic, is childish, is so embarrassing. Man, stop saying it, okay? Stop saying it. It makes you look so buffoonish. I wonder, really, really, if you are actually as smart as people thought you are. And that is why, look, I'm not going to change a single manner in which I'm talking now if you come to my show. Because that is how much I'm really mad. Mad because I'm one of the people who usually cherish you, man. Who usually follow you. Only to discover that it's emptiness, it's all about improving and boosting your own ego and fame. While Nigerians, average Nigerians who believe in you, end up getting the end part of the stick. That smelling, stinking part of the stick. That's what you usually stick out to the Nigerians who are following you. At the end of the day, you keep making your money, which I'm not really mad at. I'm not, okay? Because I'm a money maker myself. But at the end of the day, to these average Nigerians, these common people, these youths who you are just misleading. That is what really irritates me. It's irritating just to feel that, that happened, And stop making yourself too gullible, okay? Don't be buying into every shitty things you hear online, okay? Social media is full of shade. Seriously, it's full of shade. Stop buying into everything shady. Let me tell you one thing. And when you go with it, so you can one in Yaba left. They are supposed to be in Yaba left, but they come online, they have platform. You guys are listening to them. Who's supposed to take his medication and he hasn't taken it? You are listening to them. And you expect your life to transform listening to someone who is supposed to take his medication and he has been missing his medication for the past 1 week. Who is supposed to be in Yaba left? Come on, Funi, Ogiate Komu, Agumu. But because the social media is accepting every digger Harry now, they come online, create a social media platform, and you guys are listening to them. I thought you don't fun, or I thought you a blind man showing a blind man in the road. Where are they going to end up? In the Koto. Jerry. Stop calling me Jerry. I have a good show going on. All right. So right now that I've shared these statistics with you, I'm only encouraging you. I'm not using the same energy that Omokiri is using here, that you guys should, go and protest in the East. I'm not using that same energy. I'm just trying to see how you can rechannel your grievances towards governors from each state, to make sure they focus on the agenda of the people rather than actually cutting away and stealing away your money. Okay, let's see this one quickly.
First of all, to appeal to all Lagosians that they should not allow themselves to be used for any planned protest. As all the local government in Lagos will not tolerate any form of protest in all the local councils in Lagos State. So you can use your votes to protest, not.
All right, that is the government official. I don't really think what the government officials, any government officials for that matter. But at the same time, my point of objective is that you use your protest in the right manner to focus on the right thing and the right people. Because either you like it or not, I will make one thing clear for you. I will make one thing clear to you. This day of rage, I wish it happened. Seriously. This revolution now, I wish it happens. Okay? The reason why I wish it happens is this. Not that I wish it happens because I want people's safety. This is going to lead to a lot of devastation, a lot of very, very bad things. Like Berekete said, this kind of pregnancy does not bomb good picking. This kind of pregnancy, no, they bomb good picking. Okay? And, for people's safety, I really, really agree, with everybody that has been going against it. But for some reason, for some personal vendetta that I have against these fools that are organizing it, I wish it happened. So they can actually see how shameful they are for inculcating an idea that will lead to people losing their lives. Okay? Just for that singular agenda for me, I wish this day of rage actually happened. So that we can actually see the end and the back of the open yash of a chicken when the wind blows. Because Yoruba say, because at the end of the day, if the wind blows, we will see the yash of a chicken. I wish it happens so that we can actually see how exposed these people literally become at the end of the day
for inculcating and engaging and actually moving these kind of narratives that they cannot see the end of, in a peaceful manner. So go on, guys. Let's see. Waiting go shele. All right. I think I still have a few videos here, that I want to share with you. Or finally, hey, no be this one, though, I beg. Yeah, no be this one. No be this one. So, by next week, we're gonna announce our phone number so that you can call in. Probably a WhatsApp number that you can reach out to, calling on the show, so that I can hear your opinion. It wouldn't be just about my opinion. I really, wanted to try bringing people to the, on here on the show, but I'm not going to do that. I will receive calls and, hear your opinion, but I'm not bringing anybody to the panel. This is Sala Blue, Code Blue. It's nobody's show. It's my show. And if I invite you through phone calls and then you start spewing some shitty things, some lies, no, it's not gonna work, because I will drop you like fast, like fast, like picking way handle fire. Now, yeah, I go take bro, drop you. I go drop you straight away like picking way handle fire. I know they waste time with people where they tell like, yeah. I don't get time like that. All right. Now, guys, this is the last show for the week. So I'll be seeing you on Monday. I will see you definitely on Monday. For those of you who make contact with this man, Bola, tell him that I want him on my show to come and answer some good questions. Come and do some jam. Okay. Watch a jambu. Go answer a question. I know D for that one. Come on, answer a question. All right. The last time I contacted this guy. Yeah, I remember I sent a message to him, but he won't reply anyway. He's not the type that actually reply to fans. I'm one of his fans. I used to be anyway. But I cut the guy off the moment I realized that he's just using this noise to make fame, make money. Just like more out there. Rufio said he's doing the same thing to you guys. Have a big platform, make money from subscriptions and getting paid. But it's more or less, feeding you with bolognese. It's just telling you guys what you want to hear, not the truth that you wish to hear. Okay. And I don't like people like that. I don't like people like that. We're feeding people what they want to hear, not something that they must hear. And look, let me tell you one thing. It's much easier to say things that the obedient want to hear. It is much easier for me to do that, because you want to grow up fast on social media. Please the mind of the obedient. But I won't do that. Salah Blue, we never do that. No. Nah. I will never do that. I would rather tell you bluntly, and then you hate me for it. I don't I don't care, because my middle finger is always very fast to put up. I don't know. Maybe it's just some kind of psychological problem that I have. I put my middle finger up quickly, as fast before I say handshake. I'll put my middle finger up. So if you don't like what I say, my middle finger will trigger. It will trigger quickly. That middle finger go up quickly than anything else. My middle finger will trigger quickly, faster than a handshake. If you don't like what I'm telling you, because I like to be blunt, completely blunt. Màá sọ eyín, màá sọ ojú, màá di etí. Nígbà tọ́rọ̀ yẹn bá máa fi jáde. So that my life that you do. I don't care. Okay? Lẹ́nu ṣe táwọn kówèrè bẹ̀rẹ̀ disobedient. I've lost so many friends, who don't like how to listen to the truth. I don't care. I don't care. Ebi kan náà ni mí tẹ́lẹ̀. Yeah, I just support to be telling you. Man, them right shit go shitty, man. No, man. Drop this shitty, I ain't doing this, man. I ain't making for this, man. Come on. Nah. I can spot BS from 1,000 miles away. BS, Marie from 1,000 miles, man. And I spot it right away. These Peter Obi thing, man, is BS, man. The guy who literally went to the airport, carry his own bag and then have camera follow him. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Really? And you guys, photo op, yeah? That's photo op. That's photo op. What is the coincidence that you are carrying your bag in the airport and you are the one filming yourself? Me Johnny straight. I don't do this with you. This guy, are funny, man. Funny baje. Funny baje. Dibo fún Tinubu. Look at me. I can sign off on it. This shit politics, man. I took him serious. Took the guy very serious. I was like, Joe Ray is a good guy. The first time he ran, I was all over him. But this second time, man, we are conversing. The open sit down. All the lockup, he is asking for it. He asking to be locked up because he know that's the route to. Are you kidding me? Go so shitty things and get locked up by the DSS. Because that's the fastest way to climb the ladder. But I'm not gonna do that because it makes no sense. Makes no typical sense. So shitty, man. Let's go and prepare for the next show, man. So that because I want to keep giving you things supported by the fact. So I do a lot of reading, a lot of overnight reading. I go through a lot of facts. I do write so many articles for OGM News. And I do a lot of readings just to get prepared. With whatever I bring forward. I don't say things out of the air. I don't pull stuff out of my butt, man. I don't do that stuff. Look, it's a QAnon one US. I'm not the QAnon. Now real facts with receipts. I like to do that. I lost two. I'm a parafan. No, I don't feel do that, man. This guy, he will come up with some baloney. I'm like, what are the? And the same thing his organization is reporting mostly like 60% of factual shitty news. Go and sit down somewhere, man. Right, I'm signing off. I can vent anger. I'm real human being, man. Real human being, man. I'll see you later. This is Code Blue, right? Sala Blue. Look, Code Blue is not supposed to be friendly. If it is friendly, then I'm not serious with what I'm doing. I'm supposed to go full-fledged unfriendly, okay? So that, I'm a joke. See mod, everybody need listen to me, but you know what? If you are wise, what do? You go home and wash it clean and make some changes. This is what I want in life. This is my mission in life, to speak and make sure everybody go to one bed. I'm not here to please any bagger. Never. I'm never here to please any bagger, anybody. Even my friends, go close, Mama Jubelo, make you be my family. You go hear your own if the time comes. Period. Code Blue, Sala Blue on OGM News. C in a G.
Blue, Code Blue, Sala Baba Blue, where you there now? Where you
The country is in a
Hey,
disaster.
emergency, emergency. Emergency. The country is in the disaster.
Who they rule this country?
I tell you, stop worshiping the politicians. They are all liars.
What are you talking about? Which politicians are liars?
All of them. Obi is a liar. Tinubu is corrupt. Atiku is very with you. All of them, okay?
Don't argue with me. This is my show, okay? This is my show. I don't know how anybody to defend my show. This is my show. This is my show, okay? You can get the heck out of this room. Baba, this is my show. Get the heck out of this room. I don't have to.
I am saying it categorically. All of them are liars. All of them are thieves.